To look at the Boeing airline fleets currently in use around the country following that devastating Ethiopian Airlines plane crash. And let's stay with that story now. SA Flyer magazine editor Guy Leitch says it's understandable for Ethiopian Airlines to ground its Boeing 737 MAX 8 jets pending an investigation. Ethiopia and Chinese airlines have suspended their Boeing 737 MAX 8 fleet. Concerns have been raised about its safety in some quarters after an Ethiopian Airlines plane crashed soon after takeoff, killing all 157 souls on board.
At this stage, obviously, a large question mark about it. The causes of the Lion Air crash are now well established because they were able to recover the so-called black boxes, the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder, and they established what caused it. There are striking similarities between that crash and this Ethiopian crash, but until they recover the black boxes from the Ethiopian crash, we probably won't know for sure. And indeed, looking at the size of the impact crater from where the aircraft crashed, it's possible that those black boxes will never be recoverable. Therefore, both Boeing and I suppose its customer airlines are going to have to wait for at least a preliminary finding from the accident investigators, and the accident investigation teams will be made up of representatives from Ethiopia as the host country and the site of the crash, as well as from the American Federal Aviation Administration and Boeing as the aircraft manufacturer. But this might take a couple of weeks, so it makes sense for airlines to ground their 737 MAXs until they know exactly what the case is. But it also needs to be pointed out that proper training systems have been put in place to allow for this possible aberration in the autopilot's trim system. Pilots are trained how to deal with it. It's just possible that this one caught the Ethiopian crew by surprise, so that it wasn't really the aircraft's fault. All of these are questions which we don't know. It's too early to tell whether Boeing is going to ground the aircraft, the Federal Aviation Administration is, or the airlines are going to make that decision themselves. As you pointed out, the entire Chinese government has banned all Chinese airlines using them. An airline in the Bahamas has grounded them, and the Ethiopian has grounded them, and I'm afraid I've asked Mr. Eric Fenter at Comair whether he's going to ground his, and I haven't as yet had a reply.